Hey everyone, Glenn here coming to you to bring you another video. Next year, I plan to solo through hike the River to River Trail in Southern Illinois. This is the first video in the series where I go into detail about my planning and preparation for this trail. I know there are other videos out there that talk about food options and resupplying on the River to River Trail, but I want to share something here on YouTube that's a little more current and focuses more on the ultralight way of hiking this trail. So now I want to share my food loadout and resupply plan for this upcoming adventure. From an ultralight perspective, I'll be going over what works for me, what I've become accustomed to. But remember, everyone is different. What works for me might not necessarily work for you. So use this video as a guide to figure out what works best for you. So one of the biggest lessons I learned from my first thru-hike attempt on the River to River Trail is that my appetite on trail is almost the opposite of what it is at home. In 2022, I packed way too much food and even sent myself a resupply box that was overloaded. Maybe I thought my food loadout would work. I documented some of that experience, and while it might work for some people, it definitely didn't work for me. I ended up leaving a large majority of my food in a fridge for other fellow hikers on the trail. Eventually, I honed in on my true trail appetite and figured out what worked best for me. For this hike, I'll be carrying 4 days worth of food at the start of my 10-day adventure. And then I plan to resupply halfway through the hike. And there are some dining options along this trail, which I'll get into later. When picking food for backpacking, it's all about finding a good balance of carbs, proteins, and fats. Since I'll be taking on a more ultralight approach, I've discovered some great ultralight food options, including no-cook and cold soaking. Here's a look at a day's worth of food that I've laid out. For breakfast, I'm going with a Bobo's Oat Bar. It's tasty and quick, perfect for those groggy mornings when I don't want to think too much about food. I'll also have a coffee with it. I found this brand called Halo that makes these instant latte packets loaded with vitamins and electrolytes, giving me hydration support and caffeine, and it's delicious. Just shake it with water and boom, coffee's ready. For lunch, I'm packing out these mini Slim Jims with these slightly salted mixed nuts. A source of fatty protein to keep my energy up. Plus, they're lightweight and super easy to grab on the go. So when I'm on a thru hike, it's important to cover a lot of miles each day. So having quick snacks and foods that I can grab and eat on the go is really important. For snacks, I like to keep it simple. Fun-size Snickers are my go-to. They're cheap, calorie-dense, and easy to munch on while hiking. I'll also throw in a couple of Stinger Chews or a Cliff Bar for a little extra energy boost. And I've become obsessed with these pina colada mix packets. So I'll be packing those out too. One of the hiking channels I follow regularly, Jupiter Hikes, inspired me to try cold soaking. He has a great recipe for instant rice and dehydrated refried beans with taco seasoning. It's super easy. I'll put everything in this Talenti container with some water, let it soak while I hike, and by the time I set up camp, dinner's ready. Plus, it's filling, full of protein, and requires hardly any cleanup. And it's delicious, you guys. Crush up some Fritos on top, maybe add a little Taco Bell sauce, and you got yourself a tasty dinner. Now, if the weather looks like it might get cold before I head out on this hike, I might switch things up and take a stove instead. In which case, I'll opt for some freeze-dried meals instead. Just a simple solution to keep it lightweight. Now, I know some of you might be looking at my food and thinking, "You're nuts. That's hardly any food. You're gonna starve." But trust me, that's not the case at all. There are some dining options along the trail, where I also plan to stop and fill up on carbs. Shotgun Eddie's in Eddyville, the Gap Bar and Grill near Harrod, Dollar General in Goreville, the Goreville Food Market, Giant City Lodge Restaurant, the Makanda Boardwalk, or Duty's Country Store in Alto Pass. With all of these places to eat, it's totally possible to go light on the trail and then enjoy some hearty meals when I reach these spots. So fast forward, I've reached Goreville on my thru hike. My food bag is empty and I'm hungry. After I grab a bite to eat, I'll likely stop by the Dollar General and the Goreville Food Market to resupply. Most Dollar Generals carry pretty much the same items, and luckily there's one close by. I figured it would be great to take you along with me to show you firsthand what my resupply will look like at Dollar General. Like I said, I'm only planning to carry 4 days worth of food at a time. This way I can save on pack weight and still get the nutrition I need. Now let's check out some options. You can find most of these items at any grocery store or market. First up, we've got ramen and instant mashed potatoes. These are classics for any thru-hiker because they're cheap, lightweight, and packed full of calories. But there are other great alternatives too, like instant rice and instant mac and cheese. And don't forget about Knorr rice and pasta sides. They're super easy to make and filling. Plus, you can toss in some chicken or tuna packets for extra protein, which is always a win. Now a little tip for you guys, a lot of these meals can be prepared using the cold soak method. This means you can just let the food soak in water for a bit longer instead of cooking it. Of course, you can't forget about snacks. Meal bars, nutrition bars, oat bars, granola bars. These are all great for quick energy. Oh, and Pop-Tarts. They're a fun treat to have on trail. Then there are fruit snacks, mixed nuts, jerky, meat sticks, and let's not overlook candy and chips for those cravings. Each of these options is light and provides good energy for an ultralight backpacker or thru-hiker. One of the best parts about resupplying at a grocery store is the cost. Most of these items are super affordable compared to freeze-dried meals found at an outfitter store. It's a great way to save some cash while you're out there on a thru-hike.
Okay, so I grabbed a few things and I'll show you what I plan to eat for a day after resupplying at Dollar General. This is my food setup for the second half of my hike. Keep in mind, these items suit my trail diet and may not be the best fit for everyone. Take it as a rough idea for planning your own resupplies. For breakfast, I made sure to take plenty of the Halo iced coffees. They're a good mix of electrolytes and caffeine in a tasty coffee. Perfect for starting the day. I'll pair them with these kind breakfast biscuits I found. As for snacks, I found this Lenny and Larry cookie at Dollar General. Not sure if they have them at every location, but they're great, full of protein and energy. I'll also bring along some Gushers for a fruity boost and, of course, Snickers because they're always a hit. I'll also pack out more of these Margaritaville pina colada drink mixes. They're super refreshing and tasty. For lunch, I found some mixed nuts, which I'll likely repackage before hitting the trail to save space. I'll also bring along some mini Slim Jims. Slim Jims and mixed nuts are perfect for a thru-hike because they provide a good mix of protein, fats, and energy to keep you going. And for dinner, I'll also pack out more rice and beans for cold soaking. I've gotten the hang of rehydrating them just right. And if I want to change, I might cold soak repackaged cup of noodles instead. And of course, I'll throw in a dessert cookie, because why not?
So there you have it, my food carryout and resupply plan for the River to River Trail. I hope this video has been helpful for anyone considering a section hike or a thru-hike on this trail. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to reach out to me here on YouTube. Or you can email me at glenhikes@gmail.com. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting my channel. I can't wait to catch you on the next video. Happy hiking. Take care, y'all.